this week's workout, week 6, or we have lateral plank walks, dumbbell rows, dumbbell back rows, and squat kicks, and ending with weighted sit-ups. So you're going to need to have your dumbbell with you. Try and, because there are a lot more reps in this workout, you can start with a lighter dumbbell and then you can keep progressing. All right, so let's start. Left to right, plank walks. Begin. Right. That's your plank box. Right after that, you move over to dumbbell back rows. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch again. Sorry, this hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, squat kicks. Let's take a little second here to tie my laces. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but my laces keep coming off. All right, moving over, squat kicks. Again, try and be as aggressive as possible. This is your cardio piece. So, imagine, like I said, imagine that you're kicking something, you want to bring your frustration out, use, scream out, whatever you feel like, all right? Okay, starting again. Kick, kick, side angle. Alright, so these are your squat kicks. And we end with our trusted dumbbell again. Instead of doing a regular sit-up, this time weighted sit-up. Making firm. Like I said again, this is a lower ab movement. You're not using your back or anything. If you need to put a cushion, please put a cushion at the back. Making tight, locked in. Keep the weight as close to your body as possible. That's your weighted sit-up. Lateral plank walks. So this movement does require a bit of control, and you start with a plank and then you start moving. So when you add movement, always make sure that your core, your pelvic, and your breathing, everything is done right. And if you ever feel that you're breaking down in form, stop, reset, and start. So I'm going to show you the plank form and then start doing your movements. And I'll also show you how you move your hands and your feet, right? So the plank, we all know, play with your angle, pelvic angle here. Make sure it's a straight line. The bum should not be sticking out. We're in a proper straight line here. So this is the plank. Once you're set in this position, make sure you brace your core. Everything is tight, and then start moving. Now, the movement itself. Again, come back into a plank position. Now, once you're steady, now move let's move in that direction. So now we move our hand and our foot together, and then the other hand and foot catches up. Together, catch up. Together, catch up. Right? So, play around with this. Make sure you get the movement right. And then start the actual plank walks, which I'm going to go from this side to that side. Okay, that's your plank walks. Alright, dumbbell rows. You're going to need like a bench or something like this, flat. You can try even on your chair, but the chair would have a smaller angle. In any case, I'll show you 2 variations, one with the bench and one without the bench, and then we can try. Okay, so with the bench, and knee on the bench, make sure it's nice. Get the other hand here on the bench, and now this I'm going to show you a few variations. The workout itself calls for a tempo workout, which is 5 down and pause, and then 5 up and pause. So there's going to be a count. So that's called the tempo. And if you really want to get the work, and then there's another variation where you can actually keep going up and down. So you can try both the variations, but this depending on the workout that's on your program. All right. So again, everything nice and tucked in, tight. The only thing that you're moving are your arms, and you're actually working your back muscles here, right? So make sure that you stay focused on this area. Nothing else should be moving. You should not be excessively pushing, because that's not the point of this exercise, right? So let's do the dumbbell rows, and these are back rows. So obviously it's working your back. So rest properly, one foot back, the other foot kneeling, and the other knee on the bench, arms rested. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's not going forward or backward. It's straight up and down. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me show you the other side. Same thing. Forward. And rested. Everything locked in. And we start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Now I'm going to show you a regular version of this. Again, like I said, depending on the workout, if I have specified, you need to keep this without the tempo. If there is a tempo, it will be specified. Right. So a normal dumbbell row, down, up, down, and up. Make sure you keep. The one thing you have to be careful about is you don't flare out. Your arms have to be really close. Okay. Now, if you don't have a bench, the other variation is you can get down in a 45-degree angle like this, the hinge. There's videos on the hinge that you can go in and watch. But again, let's get down in a hinge and row. Same thing. Let's get down in a hinge. Make sure everything is tight. This movement is a bit difficult because you don't have the support of the bench. So again, everything locked in. Bend, 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 bend. And row. Right? So this is the dumbbell back row. Okay. Squat kicks. This is a real fun movement. And this is a combination. This is your cardio piece. So if you're used to squatting one little variation, you can really enjoy this one. So the movement is simple. It's called squat kicks. So when you come up from the squat, that's when you kick. I'll show you different angles that you can. That'll show you the exact angle in which how you kick. But the goal is to try and get as straight as the kick as you can, and incorporating it with the squats is a full total body movement. Right? So let's begin. Now, the squats itself, and what you have to be careful, especially because in a general squat, you would squat down and up, right? Down and up. Now, with the kick involved, you have to make sure that the foot on which you're resting is firmly grounded. So with this movement, the only extra thing you have to be aware of and careful about is that you're grounded on your foot for your, especially when you start the kick movement. So let me demo this. So feet firmly on the ground, all the way down. You're coming down, and as you come up, you kick. Kick. Right? Now, let me show you on the side. Like I said, because this movement involved, make sure that the foot that's on the ground is firmly planted. Okay, starting again. As I always specify, or and I tell you pelvic tilt, and make sure everything is nice and locked in, because when there's movement involved, there's possibility of hurting yourself and moving in all kinds of wrong directions. So also the angle that you can play with, and depending on your mobility, you can be narrow or you can be wide, right? But, like I said, because there's kick involved, make sure you get your movement right. Try it a few times before you actually start doing the whole actual workout. Right, sideways. Again, feet firmly grounded. Pelvic tuck in. Ready to go. Down, up, down, up. Your hands, you can use your hands to guide this, to guide you also. Okay, make sure it's an aggressive kick. Imagine that there's a door here that you want to slam down. Boom. Okay, now let's do this in quick succession. I think the workout would calls for 30, so 15 on each leg. Make sure you alternate your legs. You can actually make it really complicated, or how do I say it, interesting, by doing one leg and then switching all over to the other leg, or you can alternate. It's your choice. If you do one leg and then switch over. Okay, make sure at any point in time, if your form is breaking down, stop, reset, begin. Thank you. Okay, so and there's other videos to talk about the sit-ups, in which we generally just come down here and come up all the way. This workout is a weighted sit-up, for which you use a nice little dumbbell. And because there's weight involved, just make sure that on the other side you have your feet firmly planted on, you can use a couch, the bottom of your couch or something, or ask your partner to hold your feet while you do this. Now, the goal of this exercise is to do the sit-ups but with weight. So, and also try not to move it with your lower back or anything. This is a pure lower ab movement, right? So let's start. Hold the weight. Now, the way to hold the weight, you gotta try and keep it as close as possible. You can see that my arms are not flaring out. You are securing the weight here, and then as you go up, you can push the weight out. Okay? This will guide you. There's two variations. There's this variation, and then there's also you hold the weight really close to you. So you can try with both, depending upon your strength and where you are and what you're comfortable with. But the goal is to do sit-ups with weights. Right, let me show you. Yeah. Down. Okay, that's one variation. The other one is a bit more difficult, but you try to keep the weight very close. And for this, I would recommend you have your feet under a couch, like I said, because you're going to need that balance. Again, not use your back here. Everything goes from your core. Okay, ready? If you have problems, and you want to have better angles to play with, you can even try this. Right? These are your weighted sit-ups.